Michigan Mama News appreciates your time this morning, so we welcome you. And also, we thank you for your service, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
I know we're talking about music in the Army this morning, and so I guess, kind of fill us in. We're kind of celebrating World Music Day. Can you tell us about how you found your passion for music and how you've been able to pursue this passion in the Army?
Yeah, so I started playing music in middle school, and my parents actually forced me to join a band because they felt I was a little bit too introverted. They wanted something to kind of bring me out of the shell. So I started playing music in middle school, and I really enjoyed the teamwork aspect of it and connecting with people and playing music. And so I ended up pursuing it seriously in my later days in high school, and I ended up going to the Juilliard School in New York City, and then did my master's and my doctoral degree at the University of Miami. Moved back to New York City for a few years freelancing, and in the middle of the pandemic, I thought it was a great opportunity to join the U.S. Army Band Pershing Zone here in the Washington, D.C. area. So that's where I am now.
Wow, quite a journey. It's all your parents' fault, isn't it?
I guess so, huh?
So tell us about the role of music in the U.S. Army, because we don't even think of it being as a part of it. Truthfully, where do U.S. Army soldiers perform? What kind of music do they play?
Yeah, well, there's 88 bands in the Army that are stationed throughout the country and throughout the world, actually. And my specific unit, the Pershing Zone, we play here in the DMV area, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, anywhere from high-profile political events like at the White House or in the Capitol to local parks, high schools, middle schools, all over. And we also have like a huge breadth of different styles of music within the unit. I play in the U.S. Army Blues, which is the jazz band, but we also have a pop band, we have a ceremonial band, we have a concert band. So pretty much any style of music is represented within our unit and within the other bands that are throughout the world and the country.
Wow, lots of opportunities. So what drew you to this group in particular?
Well, because of my background and when I was in New York City, I connected with a lot of really great musicians, and same thing as when I was in Miami. And actually some of the musicians that I went to school with and performed with on the music scene actually joined this band a few years before me. So that definitely kind of piqued my interest. I said, oh, wow, there are really top-notch musicians that are joining this band. And so that really was like a big factor in me becoming interested. But also just the idea of being part of a giant unit and being part of the Army where you get all kinds of benefits, not to mention steady paycheck, which is something that's huge for a freelance musician.
I guess so. You don't even really think of that, but it is surprising that there's more than 80 bands. What else might surprise people about being in the Army?
I think something that helped me eventually become more interested in joining the Army is learning that if you join as a musician, being a musician is your primary function for the Army. You won't have to be a combat soldier as a musician in the Army. I think that's something that might make a lot of people apprehensive about joining the Army. We've all seen the movies and TV shows where everyone's holding a rifle and going into battle, but my function, the way I serve, is through music. So that's what I do. And there's plenty of other opportunities to serve in other ways as well. I think there's over 200 careers in the Army.
Interesting. So that is so neat. Where can our audience learn more information about the opportunities in the U.S. Army?
Yeah, so again, there are over 200 careers in the Army. So I'm a musician. There are also doctors, lawyers, HR people, just about anything you can think of. You can find out more about that on goarmy.com.
Sounds great. Thank you so much for your time today.
Of course. Thank you for having me on.